What is the key to peace in the Middle East?
A two-state solution.
A two-state solution.
Two-state solution. A viable two-state solution.
A two-state solution.
A two-state solution.
American politicians have said the same thing over and over.
The two-state solution means Palestinians get their own state, and that state lives side by side with Israel. Right now, Palestinians live in Gaza and the occupied West Bank. But in effect, Israel has controlled these areas since the 1967 war, when it seized Gaza from Egypt and the West Bank from Jordan. The two-state idea took center stage in 1993. US President Bill Clinton helped negotiate the Oslo Accords, a deal that paves the way for a Palestinian government. Israel announces a plan to withdraw from Gaza and the West Bank, and it seems peace is just around the corner.
We who have fought against you, the Palestinians, we say to you today, in a loud and a clear voice, enough of blood and tears. Enough!
But here's the thing. The Oslo Accords were not set in stone. They were essentially a framework for talks about the future of Palestine.
The difficult decision we reached together was one that required great and exceptional courage. We will need more courage and determination to continue the course of building coexistence and peace between us.
Negotiators had 5 years to come up with a plan. But by early 2000, there's no sign of a deal. Clinton steps in again, holding a summit at his retreat, Camp David.
Those talks also collapse, both sides blaming each other. And then the peace process goes up in flames.
Israeli politician Ariel Sharon enters the compound holding Al-Aqsa Mosque, a place Muslims consider sacred. The move sparks a conflict that rages for nearly 5 years. More than 4,000 people are killed, most of them Palestinians.
And yet the United States stuck to its plan.
Someday I hope that as a result of the formation of a Palestinian state, there won't be walls and checkpoints, that people will be able to move freely in a democratic state.
But the walls and checkpoints remained, and all the while, Israel said it wanted freedom for Palestinians.
Israel remains fully committed to peace and to the solution of two states for two peoples.
So what happened? After all, Israel backed a two-state solution. But here we are, more than 30 years after the Oslo Accords, and nothing.
Palestinian activists say Israel never really embraced the two-state idea. They claim it was a smokescreen.
Israel used the process in order to implement and entrench its own apartheid system and its permanent occupation.
Israel has continued to build settlements in areas it's occupied. The United Nations has declared those settlements illegal in terms of international law. And yet, the numbers keep going up. Before the Oslo Accords, there were just over 100,000 Jewish settlers in the West Bank. Data from activist group Peace Now suggests that figure has climbed to 500,000.
But Israel claims there's more to this conflict. It says militants have attacked it again and again, and it's warned there can be no Palestinian state if that state tries to harm it.
The October 7 attacks fed into that argument. Militant group Hamas killed nearly 1,200 people after crossing into Israel from Gaza. Israel has responded by reducing Gaza to rubble, while killing more than 60,000 people. That figure, according to Gaza's health ministry, which is run by Hamas. Major powers such as China, Russia, France, and the UK have called for a ceasefire. They've also backed a two-state solution.
So what about the US?
It blocked the latest ceasefire proposal at the United Nations in early June. President Donald Trump says he has plans for Gaza, but there's no mention of two states.
the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it.
All of this is a far cry from that historic day in 1993. But some have refused to give up. Yossi Beilin was part of the Israeli team that negotiated the Oslo Accords. He says another deal is possible, but there must be less talk and more action.
I believe that it is eventually, as it was in Oslo, up to the parties. If we and the Palestinians want to make peace, we will make peace.
Maybe there's a lesson in all of this. Peace is more than a plan. It's more than a problem to be solved. Ultimately, peace is about hearts and minds. And that's the key to any solution.